Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to integrate this template into our project. And since this is not an HTML and CSS course, I'm not going to create the template from scratch. I already have this template and I'm going to be using this template. If you have your own template, feel free to use it, but you need to follow the steps that I'm going to be showing you. However, I'd recommend using this template because you have to follow the steps carefully in order to integrate this template, and then later you can use your own template. So let me get started. First we need to open the template as well as the project side by side, the folders side by side. So on the right side I have the template. On the left side I have my project. First, in my project we need to open the public and then the CSS. And then in the template, we need to open the template, the CSS folder, and then we need to copy all of these CSS files. I'm going to copy them, and then I'm going to paste them in my CSS. Similarly with the JavaScript, I'm going to open the JavaScript, and then I'm going to copy all of these, and then I'm going to paste them in the JavaScript folder here. With the images, we need to copy the images folder, and then paste it in the public here. Finally, we have the fonts. I'm going to copy the fonts folder, and then I'm going to paste it in the public folder, and we are done with the first step. The next step is to include the HTML files. So let me start with the index. So we have the index. I'm going to open the index, and then I'm going to select only the header. So the header starts from here all the way to the end of the header, which is this. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to open my project, and then I'm going to open in my Laravel project, I'm going to open the resources, views, layouts, header, and then I'm going to paste the code. And then I'm going to click on file and then save. Similarly, we need to open the index one more time, and then we need to get the footer. So the footer starts from here. The footer starts from here. So from here, I'm going to copy all the way to the end of the file. I'm going to copy this code, and then I'm going to paste it in the footer. I'm going to open the footer, and then I'm going to remove this code, and then I'm going to paste the footer. And then I'm going to click on file and then save. Now, we need to copy the code between the header and the footer and paste it in the index. So I'm going to again open the index of the template, and then I'm going to get from below the footer, which is from here all the way to above the footer. So we need to copy this code, and then we need to paste it in the index between the section content and the end content. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to paste it here. However, now we need to make reference to the CSS and JavaScript and images folders, because the folders exist in the public. If you open the public and CSS, you'll find that we have so many CSS files. If you open the JavaScript, JS, you will find that we have so many JavaScript files. Also the images, we have so many images. So we need to make reference to these links in the header and the footer and in the index. Let's start with the header. I'm going to open the header, and then in order to make reference to these, we cannot say public and then / CSS. We should use a function called asset. I'm going to say double curly braces and then asset, and then I'm going to pass the link into the asset function. So we need to use this function, and we need to do this to every single JavaScript, CSS, and image we have in the template. So it's going to take some time, and you need to be careful, because the syntax has to be the same, correct. It must be correct. So here we have this image. We need to say double curly braces and then asset, and then we pass the URL into the asset function. We have this CSS. So this is going to take time, but you have to do it. If the URL is HTTP, just leave it as is. So here we have this image. We need to say double curly braces and then asset, and then we pass this into the asset function. We have here this image. We need again to say double curly braces and then asset, and then we pass this into the asset function. And then we close the curly braces at the end. And we have this image. We need to say double curly braces and then asset, and then we pass this into the asset function. Now let's move over to the footer. In the footer, we need to do the same thing with the JavaScript files. So I'm going to say double curly braces and then asset, and then I'm going to pass this into the asset function. So this is going to take some time, but it's important to do it. You have to do it. Now we need to do the same exact thing, but in the index. Let me open the index. In the index, we have images. So if you scroll, you'll find that we have this image. We need to say double curly braces and then asset, and then pass this into the asset function. We have this image as well, double curly braces and then asset, and then we pass this into the asset. We have this as well, double curly braces, asset, and then pass this into the asset function. And we are almost done. We are almost done. This is the last image. We have this as well. So this is this one as well. And this. And we are done. The last step is that you need to click on File and then Save All to make sure that you saved everything. And I want you also to double check the syntax so that you don't have any typos.